All right, guys. Well, hey, it's good to see you guys. It's been a minute. I'm probably a little rusty at this stuff, a little out of practice, but it's great being in a gym full of people, including you guys, and with our players and our managers and our staff, and some former players here. I mean, it's a ton of fun being in a gym. It's got great energy, and we've had a good summer so far. I think everybody in coaching says that. I mean, hopefully you haven't had a bad summer. But we're excited. We're excited for what we build towards, and we know there's a long road to go. But we love the process. It's great. I mean, for me, I guess within reason, I'll take all the time I can get. Like I said, we love playing basketball. We love being on the court together, and we love trying to figure it out. I mean, I'm taking the approach. I know it's going to be a long season. We've actually, already done a lot this summer, and we still have a lot more to go. Of kind of like focusing more on getting our guys playing 5-on-5 rather than kind of breaking down all the details. And we're obviously going to play some really good teams on this trip. So we want to be prepared to play some 5-on-5 basketball and get a feel for that. And then when we get back in September, we'll kind of analyze where we're at and kind of maybe break things down to the details and do a lot more kind of early teaching and kind of the basics in September. But for right now, we're kind of looking at more big picture and approaching it like that.
What are the goals for the games when you're out there?
I mean, the number one goal is to kickstart your culture and spend time together, and kind of, our journey starts now, and every team has its own journey, and making sure that's clear. Last year has nothing to do with this year, and the year in the future has nothing to do with what we're trying to do this year. So just kind of understanding that and start this group's experience. We want to have a great experience as a group. And we're excited. We're open-minded heading over to Europe, and maybe some guys haven't been there, maybe some guys are from there, and kind of just sharing that together is kind of the number one goal for me. And then number two is, play some really good teams and get some great reps and get some good film and have some guys, have positive experiences and some negative experiences, but just learn from both of them.
How do you feel about constructing this year's roster?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is, you want to, it kind of sometimes works in a reverse order where you're recruiting some of your young high school kids first before you know totally how things are going to look. And obviously we feel good about, the high school kids that we were able to bring in both, domestically and internationally. And then, what veterans can you get back off the team before? And then from there, once you kind of have an idea there, you kind of, fill in the gaps with some transfers. And like we feel like we were successful in all three areas. And like I said, now it's about putting it together. And put it together and not having no assumptions. And our number one thing is building a great foundation that's going to allow us to be hopefully opportunistic, and when we compete and take advantage of certain moments in games and make those runs and things we like to do, but also build a culture that's strong enough to kind of withstand some tough times and maybe a tough loss, a tough segment of game, a tough call, whatever it be. So that's kind of our focus right now after we put this thing together. Yeah, for sure. They're doing a great job, but we haven't asked them to do too much yet. We're kind of just getting a feel for each other, and I want them organically to step into those roles, and they will, and they have. But like the team's culture is kind of just kickstarts fresh for everyone. And so organically, you kind of have to let it play out, and then over time, we'll drive some conversations. And then once we start driving conversations, those guys will be a big part of how we communicate and what our standards are and what our values are and what we want our identity to be.
He looks like a big guard. He looks like he has a physique. He's been in college before. Can you talk about him? How much is that going to help him? Is he something that can make a big impact right away?
Yeah, I mean, sure. We feel like Caleb's going to be a day one impact guy. And, there's two things that usually impact an incoming freshman's ability to play right away. It's, the physicality of the game. Are they physical enough, and do they have the physical mentality to kind of be on the floor and handle those battles? And then IQ. And he has both of those things. So our expectation for him is to have a great freshman year and be an important part of everything we do. Yeah, probably not as close as you. We have great people here that kind of report on what's happening and kind of keep me updated on those things. But, like I said, I don't get caught up too much in the weeds on all that stuff, because I think if you did, you can drive yourself crazy. And, my job is to, with whatever's allowed, to make sure that we're doing the best job we can, putting our program in an advantageous situation. So I don't overthink it too much.
There's a lot of speculation you get out of Power 4 out of that because he's successful. I mean, how likely do you think that is, at least based on what you guys are talking about?
Let's be opportunistic. I mean, we're going to be opportunistic, and if there's an opportunity to do something like that, and hopefully we can put ourselves in position. And I mean, there's been no secret that we would love to add another guy to this roster, and but we just had to kind of make sure that it's the right thing to do.
There's teams that will schedule overseas trips and they'll run over their opponents and games and all that. You guys have, it looks like you're taking an opposite approach with that Lithuania team and all that. Why is that your mindset instead of?
Well, who's to say we're not going to overrun these teams? No, I'm joking. Obviously, we have a massive amount of respect for the level of competition we're stepping up. I mean, these are going to be elite teams. They compete at the highest level of Europe, guys that play in the NBA. The opportunity was presented to us, and I thought it's really cool. I mean, I don't want to get on a plane and go to Europe, and I would do that anytime to hang out, but I don't want to do that and go win a basketball game by 50 points. I want to go over there, and I want our guys to kind of appreciate the experience, for one, but two, appreciate the level of competition and see what we can get out of it.
How big a deal is it, the ties you have, the players you have from Lithuania, your ties with the Savans, et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Lithuania is a country that this program has a strong relationship with, and I myself do. I've been to Lithuania many a time, and it's a great place with great people, and we're excited about the opportunity to take kind of Mo and Oogie back home, and even Max, who called it home last year, and I think this is going to be really special, and I think I even heard a rumor that Brigger made a tour T-shirt. I can't wait to see when that unveiling of that. Maybe his first body of work towards next year's EMOI classification. But I'm excited. I'm excited for the whole trip. And like I said, it's just a really special place, and we have a ton of connections, and we can't wait to get over there.
Is there anybody that's surprised you so far? I mean, again, just getting back to campus, just getting organized, but anybody that's standing out?
I really don't look at it like that, because before they come in here, I'm not judging. So if you're not judging, how are you surprised? You know what I mean? I kind of let them come in here and figure it out, and then as I see things, I start coaching them and try to figure out how we're going to fit that into our system, or if we have to make adjustments. But all in all, no, I've been really happy. I think the guys have all made great progress over the course of the last couple months, and now we got to see if we can kind of take the next steps and put it to the test.
Overall thoughts on the non-conference schedule now that that's been released? Do you feel that it gives you everything you're hoping for before going to the Big 12?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really challenging. And for me, I'm not even somebody who's sitting here and saying, this is going to prepare us for the Big 12. I mean, I'm just thinking it's going to be really tough, and we're going to take it game by game. And, we've always scheduled like that. So, we get great opportunities here to schedule some high-level games against elite opponents in elite places. So, we're excited that our fans are going to be a part of that, because we think it's really cool. And, we can't wait. We can't wait. But now, to be honest with you, my focus is 100% on just these upcoming practices and building to play, 3 games when we go to Lithuania.
Even more so the case with the turnover in the game and every spring, portal, et cetera. You've got a brand new team you've got to get going in July, maybe more than ever than, say, 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I think that's, you could definitely make a case for that. I just think my deal is these guys are playing basketball year-round. They're working out somewhere with someone. So why not do it here? And because, I don't have all the answers in player development, but I know this. Practicing here gives you the best opportunity to be the best player at Arizona. If you show yourself as a really good player at Arizona, you seem to have a lot of options after Arizona. So, to me, this is just a great opportunity for us to get together with the guys and kind of kickstart their development within our system.
Coach, can you talk about a little bit about what the tour is going to mean for the university and NCAA to represent that?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's an honor. I mean, we understand, Arizona basketball may seem like a really important part to this university to a lot of people, but the university is about way more things than just our basketball program. So anytime, we get to have the Block A and take it anywhere, especially internationally, it's really cool. I think people from here would be shocked how many people in Lithuania know what the University of Arizona is and how good University of Arizona basketball is. So anytime we can go out and kind of broadcast that message to the world, it's a really cool thing.
What are you guys looking forward to off the court?
Well, first off the court, I mean, there's two great cities we're going to be staying in Vilnius and Kaunas. I mean, they're world-class European cities. So just for our guys to kind of get a feel what it's like to see what a cool European city's like, for our guys to feel how important how important basketball is over there, especially in Lithuania. We're going to go to a really cool coastal city called Palanga to kind of have a good team experience there. But, I mean, honestly, it's just going to be spending time together and kind of sharing an experience together is what we're looking forward to.
Is there any plans for another trip like next year?
Man, you're a little bit ahead of me. I mean, if we could do this annually, it's something I think that would be really cool, but we're not quite there yet. We've just got allowed by the NCAA to take these trips every year. It used to be once every 4 years, so we're just kind of getting a feel for what that's like, and yeah, I mean, if it works out in our schedule, I mean, and I have the endurance to do it, and we have the team to do it. We'd love to go to as many cool places in the world as we could.
You guys got out of Israel before that war broke out. Lithuania is very safe, but there's obviously wars going on nearby.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that
I mean, it's not at the forefront of my thoughts. I mean, I think we're going to a really safe country. But again, there's a lot going on in the world, and I don't think we should make light of the situation that we're playing the Ukraine. I mean, these guys are out representing their nation, and while a war is literally going on inside their country. So, and it's a neighboring country to Lithuania. So, we understand what part of the world we're going to, but obviously, if we felt like this wasn't a safe situation, we would never put our team in that and at risk.
As far as on the court, like, is Oogie appears to be fully cleared, and what's JJ's status?
Yeah, I mean, Oogie's been, basically a full go, for the most part, and is making good progress. And JJ didn't do much today, but, he has had days where he's practiced pretty close to full. So he's made a lot of progress. But, JJ, it's about just kind of getting his feet under him literally and kind of getting his legs stronger and then kind of building for more, September, October for when he's going to be at full speed. I don't know yet. I mean, we haven't made any of those determinations. We still have like 3 weeks to go before then. But obviously, we're going to take a long-term approach to everything. You guys are easy. All right, guys. We'll see you in a bit.